Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight. Tonight, I have the honor and the pleasure of introducing the Libertarian candidate for the United States, Mr. Gary Johnson. Mr. Gary Johnson is the two-term governor of New Mexico, as well as being an extreme athlete. Tonight, Gary Johnson is going to explain to you why throwing your vote away for a third-party candidate is not a wasted vote, but a vote of your voice. But before he takes the stage, let me explain a little about what Mr. Johnson stands for. Mr. Johnson described himself as being fiscally conservative and socially tolerant. To me, that means a financially responsible government that is kind and benevolent to its people. As a Republican governor, he won a Democratic state twice by cutting taxes and shrinking the government. As I said, Mr. Johnson is an extreme athlete. He's climbed the highest mountains on every continent, as well as competing in triathlons and Ironmans. Mr. Johnson is running with his vice presidential pick, former Governor Bill Weld. Bill Weld is the former conservative governor of Massachusetts. Mr. Johnson wants to incorporate a flat tax. That means everyone pays the same, whether you're working at McDonald's or you're a billionaire, everyone pays the same fair percent. Mr. Johnson wants a government that lets the states decide for themselves instead of having federal laws that incorporate everybody under one big oppressive umbrella. He wants to set term limits for Congress, stop corporations and lobbyists from being able to buy our politicians. As the president, he wants to shrink the government by disbanding the IRS, the Department of Education, and ending the Federal Reserve. Mr. Johnson also wants to ease racial tensions by ending the prohibition on drugs. Please help me welcome the future President of the United States and the Libertarian candidate, Mr. Gary Johnson.